Welcome back. Today is May 25th. I have your 3 best bets for you in the NBA today. As always, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the page. It is day 35 of the NBA playoffs. We have been grinding this whole month. It is game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals here today. I cannot wait to see how the Knicks will respond here. Down 0-2 on the road. I think the Knicks have a great game here today overall. 7 o'clock on TNT. We normally get the midday Sunday games, but today I bet for the conference finals, and maybe because of the Indy 500 during the day, they were like, you know what? Let's make these Indy fans enjoy the 500 and then come to this Pacers game and erupt in one of the most rowdy stadiums in the world. It's going to be electrifying. I cannot wait for this matchup. The crowd is going to be amazing. This game's going to be a battle. I think the Knicks step up big in this matchup. So I'm taking the Knicks on the road here. I'm going to take the road dog here. Knicks are 2-point underdog here. I'll gladly take the +2 in this matchup. Over under 223. I think the over under started at 224. Has dropped down a point here. But I think the Knicks are a great play here overall. Yeah. Game 1 was the heartbreaking loss that could have went either way. Game 2, it was the Pacers all day here. I think Game 3 here, I think it's going to be the New York Knicks here overall. I'm interested to see how the Tibbs does his little tinkers. I've been seeing that Josh Hart might be coming off the bench for this game, and they're going to start Mitchell Robinson. So they're going to do the double big, moving Cat to the power forward here. Very interesting overall to see what the Knicks here do today. We know the Pacers. Those, like I said, Indy 500 all day. Those fans are going to be going crazy. The arena will be rocking. Chef's kiss atmosphere. I got 3 brand new plays for this game here today. Before we jump into today's plays, we got to recap game 3 of the Western Conference Finals. And yesterday in the NBA, ended up going 2-1 in best bets. I wish I could say 3-0, but 2-1 in best bets. Overall, been a wonderful week. Please do not look at last week's record. Last week's record is a Fugazi, and that was last week. This is this week. We get one more day on this beautiful week, and we've been killing it. Only 2 losses on the week, and one was yesterday. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander over 11.5 rebounds, assists. Honestly, I think he would have easily cashed if the game was any remotely close. It was a 40-point blowout led by Anthony Edwards. He had an incredible game overall, shooting overall. I was not thinking he was going to have a great shooting game. I think he had like 30-plus points again. Incredible performance from him. He was dominant from the jump. Crowd was crazy. Those were the Wolves we've been waiting for all series. Hopefully, this started something for the Timberwolves. I would love one of these series to just start getting gritty and grindy overall. And then Julius Randle, he bounced back in a massive way here. They're never going to give us that 17.5 unless he has another dud performance. So we're going to move off. So tomorrow, for the next game, so for tomorrow's video, we're going to tell you, we're moving off of Julius Randle. Probably will stick with Anthony Edwards' rebounds, assists, unless that number has completely changed completely. But we will be looking at it overall yesterday. But 2-1 day overall, I'm not satisfied. I'm wanting a 3-0 sweep. And let's just jump into it. For my first play of the day, going back to a man we took as over in game 1. We were like, man, Cat, you had a great game. Big purr, Mr. Bodega Cat, Bing Bong, Bodega Cat. Loved you overall. Game 2, we faded away. We were like, Cat, you can't have 2 straight good games in a row. And he had a pretty good game overall, 20-plus point game. We're back here on the road. I think they need Cat in a massive way, especially if they move Mitchell Robinson to the start of the lineup. They'll need Cat to be aggressive from the 3-point line. And I think Karl-Anthony Towns has a great spot here. So it can be Cat, Karl-Anthony Towns, Big Purr, Bodega Cat to go over 20.5 points, coming in -135 on FanDuel. Only a 57% hit rate these playoffs, averaging 20.9 points per game, but 3 for his last 5, averaging 23.6 points per game, scoring 23, 19, 21, 35 in that game 1 where we took the over, and then 20 in the most recent game. 4 for his last 5 against the Pacers. He loves playing Indiana, averaging 29.2 points per game. Granted, a lot of these games were in the regular season, but 21 in his first game ever against the Pacers on the road. Love that. 30, 40, 35, and then he had 20 in the most recent matchup. So steady baseline of 20-plus points here, and we're getting 20-plus 0.5 here. I think we have a great spot here overall, because want to know why? Game 2. He only played 27 minutes, only took 14 shots, and still had 20 points in that game here. There's no way Cat plays under 30 minutes. And again, he's averaging 35 minutes played per game these playoffs. So he's playing a whole other 8 more minutes than whole 8 minutes less in that last game than he normally does. I think today he will get to that 30 mark here, and he's averaging 16 field goal attempts. So that's 2 less shots than normal in this matchup. I think Cat's going to get back to his normal line where I think he can easily get past the over. Like last game, 20 points. We're only needing a half point on top of it with 8 less minutes than normal. I think that's a recipe for success. I think, like I said, I think the Knicks are going to be great in this matchup. They're going to need their star players to step up. And I think Brunson, his number is a little too high. I'll gladly take the dip here on Cat because game 1, his line was at 21.5. We took that over. Game 2, his line was at 23.5. We stayed away, and now we're here on the road for game 3 at 20.5. I'll gladly take this and throw it in my bag. Throw it like a little Santa Claus sack and walk to the bank with it overall because he has a 50% hit rate on the road these playoffs, averaging 20.3 points per game. I have him projected at 23 plus points in this matchup here. I think Cat has a great game here overall. So give me Karl-Anthony Towns, Bodega Cat, Big Purr to go over 20.5 points, coming in -135 on FanDuel. Jump into the other side of the ball here, going to the Pacers side of things for this game. I'm excited for this crowd, these Pacer fans, the Knicks Pacers series. I watched that 30 for 30 the other day. Chef's kiss. If you haven't watched it in a while, definitely watch it. And if you have no clue what I'm talking about, 30 for 30, the Pacers versus the Knicks, how they battled back in the 90s, you will not be disappointed. It's awesome to watch Reggie Miller do incredible things, just like this guy, Tyrese Haliburton. Tyrese Haliburton, he had a lackluster game overall, shot pretty poorly in game 2. Love the shot volume we're getting from Tyrese Haliburton, so I'm here. I'm going to take a Tyrese Haliburton point play here. I haven't done it in probably forever. I mostly take points, assists, or rebounds, assists for Hallie, but today I'm taking the points here. So give me Tyrese Haliburton to score 20 plus points, coming to -128 on FanDuel. I'll definitely look around because I think if you go with his over-unders, it's at 20.5. Then if you go to 20 plus points, this is where this is at. And then I like to sometimes go to the alt line to see maybe if the alt line is a little less. And the alt line for 19.5 is at -130. So definitely look between the 3 books on the 3 spots in FanDuel. That's what I always do with a lot of these. So definitely check around overall. Yes, he's not had the best record on this. 39% hit rate. These playoffs only averaging 18.6 points per game. Only 2 for his last 5, averaging 18.2 overall. But why I love this is he's at home. 2 for his last 4 against the Knicks, averaging 24 points per game. With the last 4 games against the Knicks, he's had 35, 16, 31, and 14. So the highs of highs and the lows of lows, and he's coming off of a low of low. So I think today is that little high of high for Haliburton here today. These playoffs, overall, over 2 for his last 3 games against the Knicks at home in the playoffs, including last year's playoff series, averaging 23.3 points per game, having 37, 20, and 15 in his last 3 games against the Knicks in Indiana. So 2 for his last 3 versus them overall. 40% hit rate at home these playoffs. But he's been very up and down with the last 2 games, which we love, had 23 field goal attempts and 16 field goal attempts in the last 2 games. That's more field goal attempts at 16 than he ever did against the Cavs. The most field goal attempts against the Cavs he took in one game was 15. And you're telling me in these 2 games in the conference finals, he's had 23 and 16. I love the shot volume that we're getting from Tyrese Haliburton. He's been aggressive. 5 for 16 shooting in game 2. I think tonight he has to be Superman. I think the Knicks are going to try their best in this matchup. The crowd, Haliburton's such a great showman. I think Haliburton's going to feed off the crowd and bang a lot of threes in this matchup. Overall, game 1, this line was at 18.5. Game 2, this line was at 19.5. And now game 3, it's at 20.5. I think 20 plus points is that sweet spot here. I'm not taking the cheese on the 20.5. I'll gladly take the 20 plus points here. I have him projected at 21 plus points in this game here. I think this game being at home, the Indy 500, this is a big captivating moment for this franchise overall. Up 2-0 against the rival, the Knicks here. Chance to go to the conference finals. Massive weekend here. They got the Caitlin Clark fever. They got fever, Indy 500, Haliburton home playoff game here. I think Tyrese Haliburton has something special cooked up for this matchup here today. So give me Tyrese Haliburton to score 20 plus points, coming to -128 on FanDuel. Jump into my third and final play of the day. It's going to be Jalen Brunson. No, I'm not going to do Jalen Brunson points. I would love to take Jalen Brunson points, but that number has crept up a little too high. I think I saw 31.5 or 30.5. I'll gladly take 30 if you're wanting to do it. I like to, if you're doing same game parlays, I wouldn't go above 30 for him overall, but I think this man, on the same team has a great spot. We just took Mikal Bridges last game at home, but there's another man that plays small forward for this team with Mitchell Robinson moving to the starting lineup. There's going to be more shot opportunities, more three-point opportunities, and I think OG Anuoby is going to have a great spot here overall. So give me OG Anuoby, the OG, to go over 15.5 points, coming in -125. On DraftKings, 64% hit rate. These playoffs, I was kind of shocked as well. 64% hit rate, averaging 15.8. The highs of highs, lows of lows. But the one series that had him caught off guard was the Celtics. A lot of his worst performances in this playoffs were against the Celtics, where he had games of 5 points, 8 points, and 6 points against the Celtics. But everyone else has been pretty consistent, scoring above 15-plus points. He's gotten this over 3 for his last 4 games against the Pacers. He didn't play that first game, so if you were wondering why Cat's shows 5 and his shows 4, he didn't play that first one. So 4 games this season, 3 for his last 4, averaging 17.7 points per game, had 14, 25, 16, and 16. He's been super consistent, 16 in back-to-back points in these games, averaging 13 field goal attempts per game and playing around 40-plus minutes. He's on the court. He takes a lot of shots. He's gotten this over 3 for his last 5 versus Indiana in the playoffs. So including last year's playoffs, very great consistency. 3 for his last 5, averaging 15.6 points per game. With OG, like I said, the highs of highs, the lows of lows. So if you ever look at his things, he got really, really low scoring games and high scoring games, but overall consistent against the Pistons and the Pacers. High pace of play, 223 over under. He's going to be on the court for 40-plus minutes. I have him projected at 18 points in this matchup here. I think OG Anuoby is set up for another 18-plus point game here. He's consistent. He's on the court. I think he has another great game overall. So give me OG Anuoby to go over 15.5 points, coming in -125 on DraftKings. And those are my 3 best bets for you in the NBA today. Let me know down below, what's your favorite play in this Game 3 for the Eastern Conference Finals? I'm rocking with OG. We took Mikal Bridges last game. Now we're on the OG. I love Mitchell Robinson rebounds for parlays. If you're trying to make a same-game parlay, Mitchell Robinson rebounds I love. Miles McBride as well. I think OG Anuoby 2 threes is free, but I didn't feel confident. I wouldn't recommend a play or make a play of my day that's -180. Like, I love the play for him to get 2+ threes, but -180, there's no value. I'll take the 15.5 points. Haliburton with the Indiana crowd going crazy. Clear Indiana skies. The 500, the fever going crazy. Down the Haliburton train. The Haliban coming home. 20+ points. And the Karl-Anthony Towns over 20.5. That's my favorite play of the day. So Cat, favorite play. Hallie, second favorite play. OG, third favorite play on the day. This game is going to be a ton of fun. This is going to be the same game parlay game. Let me know down below if you want me to drop a same game parlay. Would love to do that for you guys in the comment section. But while you're down there, please leave a like and subscribe. Makes me know you like the content. Let me know who you think wins here tonight. Are you on the Pacers side? They're going to go up 3-0. Or are you on the side with me taking the Knicks on this game overall? If you couldn't tell, I did get a Caleb Williams rookie card up here. It's one of those up there. So I'm very excited. I pulled, if you're a sports card fan, I know a few of my friends that watch these videos are. I pulled a Caleb card. I can't wait, man. It's awesome. I'm excited. And I pulled a Bo Nix up there, a little Bo nose. I'll just grab them while recording here. Look, bam. Bam. Like, got a little Caleb. Well, Caleb cares. Yeah, Bears fan. I'm a Bears fan. Bears, Cubs fan here. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day. Have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. We're going to cash these tickets here. Fun game here tonight. See you for Game 4 of the Western Conference Finals here tomorrow. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Keep on smiling, and I will see you in the next one.